Strength training is exercise that makes your muscles bigger and stronger. It's basically the foundation of almost all of your movements, because the stronger you are, the easier all those movements are going to be. If you have to lift a heavy box up off the floor, or carry a suitcase or a backpack for long periods of time on your back, or help a friend move a couch or pick weeds up out of your garden, then being strong is going to make all of these activities that much easier to do. The main way that you get stronger is by creating overload in the muscle. And you create overload by doing repetitions of an exercise or holding an exercise for time, or increasing the amount of load or the amount of weight that you're lifting. So if we take the push-up, for example, and I'm doing a kneeling, if I'm doing a modified kneeling push-up here, okay? So I'm doing them like this, and I get to, okay, so 3, and we'll say I've just got to 10 repetitions. Okay, and that was the maximum amount that I could do. I've gone to total fatigue. That means I've overloaded my chest and my triceps and shoulders as much as possible, which is what it takes to stimulate them to grow. So the next time I want to do push-ups, in order to create that overload again, I can't just do 10 kneeling push-ups because my body's probably already adapted to that. I need to create more overload again, which means I need to increase the number of repetitions to 12 from 10, or I need to increase the resistance. So in this case, it would be moving to my feet instead. And now I'm lifting much more of my body because my knees are not on the floor anymore. Okay, so by creating the overload, that stimulates the muscle to change and grow. Now, there are 2 things happening in your muscle as you create overload in it. One is your body's making neuromuscular adaptations. So that means that the muscle is firing more efficiently, and it's receiving the signal that your brain sends it much more effectively. So that's the first way that you get stronger. And when you're first starting an exercise program, that's where you're going to notice the biggest difference. And it's why you can go from maybe only doing like 3 or 4 push-ups to being able to do 10 or 12 push-ups in a very short period of time, because your body's very good at making those neuromuscular adaptations. Now, the other way that you get stronger is through hypertrophy, which also starts to happen very early on in the sequence, but it takes much longer for you to actually notice hypertrophy changes in your body. So that's your muscles getting much bigger. Usually at least 6 to 8 weeks before you really start to notice a big change. So another big question that we get how often you should be doing a strength training workout. And for beginners, if you're just starting out, my recommendation is to do 2 or 3 full body workouts per week, where you're targeting not every aspect of your body, but lots of parts of your body. We have follow-on programs and specific exercises more towards the end of this course, so we'll go through the specifics then. But you're looking at 2 to 3 times a week, and as you're doing the workout, one of the most important parts is to actually focus on doing the form correctly, because by doing the form correctly, so if I'm doing the push-up, my push-up here correctly, and I focus on going through the full range of motion, and I focus on pushing through all of the correct muscles and areas, then as I start to get stronger and I start to really overload the muscles with a lot more resistance, then I have the basics and the foundation behind me, and that's going to really significantly decrease my chance of getting injured and really load up the muscles a lot more, which is going to stimulate them to grow and help me or you become a lot stronger as you do it.